Tolkien fans are a pretty passionate bunch. How's the reaction been since the first film? Now we're into the second one.
I think it's been largely positive. I think there's a group of people that enjoy the deviations, and I think there are a group of people that just only want the book. But this movie is for everybody, and it's Peter Jackson picking up the book and telling a really great story. And yeah, it gets a lot of excitement from the fans, because I think he keeps them engaged throughout the filming process. Right from last year to this year, he drip feeds them some little treats all through the year.
Thorin's pretty different actually in this second film. He's certainly trusting Bilbo more and less suspicious. Was that a bit of a relief to play him a little less kind of...
I'm glad you've picked that up, actually. Yeah, I mean, some people miss that bit, but yeah, I think in movie 1, he's very anti-Hobbit. Movie 2, he's really questioning his own judgment and how judgmental he's been towards him, and realises that he's his best asset, and as opposed to being a liability, which he thought he was at the beginning. So it shows me a lot about Thorin and his ability to change.
You have that great scene as well on Durin's Day when you're about to open and get into the mountain and open the secret doorway and stuff. How was that to film that? Because it's kind of quite a moment for Thorin, isn't it?
Well, everybody loves a secret door, don't they?
I love a secret door,
I love
Richard.
a secret door.
I've got loads at home.
Yeah, you probably have. You just don't know. It was, it's kind of a spiritual moment for them, you know, coming home. Yeah. It's the ultimate coming home moment, and they think they've failed and they think they're not going to get in. And what was really great is that when it was being perceived, the scene, I somehow thought they were going to... Do you remember when they enter the Mines of Moria in Lord of the Rings, and then there's this kind of magical door, and I thought it was going to be something like that. And actually, Pete left it really simple, so that it's literally just a kind of crack in the stone. And I think it was because of the way that it was played. It was played in a very simple way, and he's kept that simplicity to it. And it's... I mean, you just have to look at Balin and the way that he's just in kind of an emotional state, and that tells you what it means to the dwarves.
My favourite scene was the barrel sequence, which is something I think all Tolkien fans have been waiting to see. How was that to shoot? Because it looked like a bit of a laugh, actually. I
have to say, of all the things we shot, it really was a bit of a laugh every day. I mean, the best part of it was when we were in the studio, because they built a water course, which was pretty long. I think it was about quarter of a mile in total, powered by 2 V8 engines, and they could reverse it so the water would go in different directions, and it had different speeds, so we were all yelling out for it to be on its fastest setting so that they'd blow the engines, and they were dumping water on us so that we kind of got dunked, and 2 weeks of being at a fun fair. It's
begging for a theme park ride, isn't
it? It's totally begging for it, fail safe.
There's a great scene also with between Thorin and Smaug. I've been calling him Smaug since I was about 10, and now he's Smaug. Did you actually get to have any kind of interaction with Benedict Cumberbatch? Because I mean, it's not just a voice, is it? He's done the whole thing a little bit like Andy does with Gollum.
Yeah, I mean, there was... I think I was one of the only actors that actually did get face-to-face with him. Just for one day, for one line that I happened to be in the building, and they said, "Oh, come in because Benedict's working." So yeah, I did, and it was really useful to me, because then I had to shoot a scene in movie 3, which we'll talk about next year, where, we'll talk about that next year, but it was very useful for me to see how he was physicalizing the dragon. And I think that voice is going to become as iconic as Andy's Gollum.
Oh yeah, it's a great performance actually. Lastly, I just really want to ask you about the merchandise, because I do love an action figure. How's it, have you got a favourite thing with like your face on?
Lego.
The Lego?
Yeah. I mean, it goes without saying. I played with Lego as a kid, and to see me as a piece of Lego.
Little square block.
Yeah, it's very fulfilling.
Wicked. Thank you so much.
Thank
Cheers.
you. I'm sorry that I belched in the middle of one of those lines.
That's okay. That's okay. I've done far worse.